Thank you for tuning in to an episode of InRange. I'm here today with POF's DI308 Revolution. This is a gun we've talked about a little bit on the channel already, and it's really quite a phenomenal design. This is a 308 AR10 variant that has a sub 6 pound weight to it in aggregate, which is quite amazing, and of course quintessentially what Eugene Stoner was attempting to do with the original AR-10. And one of the ways that POF achieved that low weight was by making this gun dimensionally equivalent in almost every way to the original 5.56 design while still firing in 308. Now, what that means, of course, is we have a 308 magwell, a 308 chamber and barrel, and a 308 bolt, and we do have a modified bolt carrier group. But that said, the bolt carrier group in this should be interchangeable if you were to take it out and replace it with a 5.56 bolt and put it into a traditional, standard 5.56 AR-15. And what's more quintessentially AR-15 than a Colt SP1? So what we're going to do on this video today is we're going to go ahead and show you that the gun works properly in 308. We're going to remove the bolt carrier group from both the POF and the AR-15 SP1. I'm going to take the bolt out of the bolt group of the AR-15 and put it in the bolt carrier of the 308, and then put that bolt carrier group in the SP1 and fire it. It should work just fine. So go ahead, first of all, let's go ahead and fire 5 rounds of 308 out of this awesome rifle. And there you go, you see that gun works perfectly. And I also want to show you that the Colt SP1 also works perfectly. So we have 2 reliable working guns. So let's go ahead and get down here on the table and let's take these apart. Let's change out the bolts and let's see what happens. So we have the bolt carrier group here. I'm using a Young manufacturing bolt carrier group. This is a standard AR-15 bolt carrier group, chromed out by Young manufacturing. As you can see, very dirty and not clean, and that's one of the benefits of chrome. And we're going to go ahead and drop the bolt on the POF gun. This is a 308 rifle. Take that out, and let's go ahead and get their bolt carrier group out. Put the guns to the side for just a moment. Let's focus on the bolt carrier groups. This is a Young manufacturing chromed 5.56 bolt carrier group. Really the only big difference in manufacturing in this is that the bolt itself is not bored all the way through for durability enhancement, but this is a traditional 5.56 bolt carrier group. This is the POF DI308 Revolution bolt carrier group, which of course has a 308 bolt, 308 firing pin, and their different enhanced cam roller, which was part of one of the original designs Stoner came up with, but that was omitted for production and cost reduction. But they've returned it, and it's a good idea. But you do need the bolt to be all the way bored through to use that. That said, if you look dimensionally in length, we have equivalency. However, the big difference is on the gas key. The gas key is quite different, and that's something we have to consider in this regard. And that is why the DI Revolution bolt carrier can go into a 5.56 gun, but the 5.56 bolt carrier cannot go into the Revolution. But that means that if we take the 5.56 bolt, cam, and firing pin and put it into the 308 bolt carrier group of the DI Revolution, we can put it in a traditional AR-15, once again showing that they really have made a 308 gun that is dimensionally equivalent to the 5.56. So let's go ahead and pull the cam pin on the DI Revolution. Excuse me, the cotter pin. Get that out of there. There we go. Firing pin. Then the cam pin. And then the bolt. So here we have the POF DI Revolution 308 bolt carrier group mostly assembled. 308 bolt, 308 length firing pin, their improved cam roller, and a standard cotter. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for the Young manufacturing 5.56 bolt carrier group. Alright, so now we have the 5.56 bolt carrier, 5.56 firing pin, traditional cam pin, cotter, and 5.56 bolt. So now we're going to take the 5.56 bolt, put it in the 308 Revolution carrier. We're going to use the standard cam pin because it's not bored all the way through, being Young, but that should work fine. We have to use the 5.56 length firing pin. and then the ever painful reinstallation of the cotter pin. There it goes. All right, so now the DI 308 Revolution bolt carrier group has been turned into a 5.56 with a 5.56 bolt, and we'll be able to drop that into that Colt SP1 and fire away. We're now going to take the Colt SP1 and drop that into the gun. And as you can see, no problem. I'm going to close it. I'm going to load up a magazine of 5. And this is my first time doing this live. So we now have the POF 308 DI Revolution bolt carrier group, well, bolt carrier with a 5.56 bolt firing pin and cam in it. The cam isn't 5.56, but you know what I mean. Here we go. All right, that's quite amazing, and that goes to show you that dimensionally they have met those requirements, and that's why they're reducing weight between 308 and 5.56. Let's go ahead and go back in reverse and show you that I haven't done any magic here. Open it up. So now we have again, this is the DI Revolution 308 bolt carrier. This is the 5.56 bolt carrier. Let's go ahead and pull that cotter pin out. And we're going to go back. So we're going to take the 308 bolt, put that back into the Revolution with their improved roller cam and the 308 firing pin. Then we're going to mess with this forever because it takes me forever to get these to go back in. There, nice. Let's go ahead and put that back in the gun. Close her up. And there you have it. So in that regard, this is pretty fascinating gun design in that you can actually, they have dimensionally made the 308 gun equivalent to that of a 5.56 rifle. In fact, all the way back to an original Colt SP1 by just changing the bolt, the firing pin, and the cam pin in this regard, although that even isn't necessary depending on the bolt you're using. You can move the bolt carrier from a POF DI Revolution 308 gun to a 5.56 and back and forth. Totally interchangeable parts. This really is dimensionally the equivalent of a 5.56 while firing 308. So while we have these apart, let's go ahead and look at some of the actual dimensional differences. We have the 5.56 versus the 308 firing pin. The 308 is longer. As mentioned earlier, the gas key is different on the DI Revolution, but the overall carrier length is the same, which is why it is interchangeable from a 5.56 to a 308, or vice versa. And of course, the bolts themselves. While they don't look all that different, 308, 5.56, this speaks quite a bit of testimony to the metallurgy going on at POF to be able to make a 308 bolt that's that diminutive and will fit into a 5.56 bolt carrier group. In fact, I wonder, will it? It will. Fits just fine, which is not surprising. But do not do this because it will not work. That is not compatible. This is a one-way street. The DI Revolution bolt carrier group can go into an AR15. But an AR15 bolt carrier group cannot go into the DI Revolution. But the bolt, except for the bolt face, is almost exactly the same dimensions as a 5.56. Guys, if you like this kind of content, please consider supporting us on Patreon. All the ammunition you're seeing expended today and the ability to get here to range to do this video for you is courtesy of supporters like you. If you can't, we understand. Just subscribe to one of our channels. You can find them all at InRange.tv and share with your friends. That matters a lot too. Thanks a lot.